Video games have been around for a while. Their goal is to bring happiness to players. They allow us to escape from reality and enter a realm separated from the stresses of life. However, some video games take that idea, say you can go fuck yourself to the player, and often also cause testicular torsion. One such game is called Enigmatica 6 Expert. It's a Minecraft mod pack. If it wasn't clear by the name, it's the 6th installment of the Enigmatica series, and it's designed for the absolute giga-chad Minecrafters that are bold enough to play on expert mode. It basically just means shit kills you fast, and you need more ingredients to make shit. If you're like me and enjoy suffering, then this might just be the pack for you. Not to be held down by weird things like loading screens, E6E makes sure that the fun starts even before you're in the game. It took a solid 5 minutes for me to load into the game, even running at 9 gigs of RAM, which is much more than the recommended amount. For reference, the image you've been looking at is not an image. It's been loading this entire time, and longer. Then, once I actually was in the game, I had to enable expert mode, since I am one of the aforementioned giga-chad Minecrafters. This little maneuver is going to cost me an additional 5 minutes as the game desperately tries to reload all recipes in the over 350 mods in the pack. Not to be deterred by the lag, I quickly got to exploring the world. Night would fall soon and I had no way to skip it. What the fuck is a sheep? I've never heard of it. I pretty quickly found some coal and iron, but I had no way to mine them. In this pack, you can't craft sticks like you normally could. Instead, they are most commonly found on the ground. With my luck, however, I was coming up empty-handed. With the location of the coal and iron ore still in mind, I continued my exploration. Pretty dope-ass looking castle presented itself, but with it, pillagers armed to the teeth. Seriously, they had axes and shit, and someone taught them how to sprint. Fuck that shit. Along the coastline, I eventually came upon another ruined castle, which would become my actual home, at least for the near future. As the sound of crows rang out in my head, I opened the first of many loot crates that I would find in the world. Thank God for these things, they sped up my progress monumentally. Considering the fact that interior design is the pinnacle of all art forms, my priority was to close up any holes in my stronghold and try to beautify it as much as possible. The next day was filled with micro achievements that only someone playing E6E could be proud of. I found sticks. I got a mostly broken iron axe from a downed pillager. I even made a furnace with some coal I had found in a loot chest. God, what a time to be alive. On a more exciting note, I raided the pillager castle and found some goodies. A diamond has never seemed so lovely. As it turns out, two things I had no trouble finding were coal and iron ore. I don't know if it's because caves and cliffs made mining harder or what, but it felt like those two were spawning absolutely everywhere. Also, I got my ass kicked by a pillager. Moving on. Now that I had a somewhat respectable amount of sticks and coal, I decided to light up my little island. I was unsuccessful at preventing monster spawns, but I was successful at chopping up some driftwood logs. One additional interior design session later, and I had an area large enough to hold my many chests. Storage is an issue with this mod pack, a very real issue. Eventually, my peanut brain discovered that I could make sticks from logs by crafting a sawmill. I don't know what mod this thing is from, but it's a solid 3 neats out of 4. Pretty neat. Pop quiz, how do you make andesite alloy in this mod pack? Answer, boom boom. Explosion, ka-chow. That's right, the initial process for getting the alloys needed is to literally throw them on the ground and blow them the fuck up with TNT. Very cool. Here's a big whale that I found. He's gone. Don't question the whale. I would like some wool, please, sir. Cool. Go find a sheep, you stinker. Okay, I shall. And that is exactly what I tried to do. I was not successful. Egg. I like egg. Big boy. Big boy. Big boy. Oh, ha, he, ha, oh. Oops, I shitted and died. Do you like loot chests? Here, have another one. There are apples in it, and seeds, and some leather pants, baby. Oh yeah! By the way, I did put a waystone down at spawn, and I did call it Spawn. Ooh woo. Look at all the monsters I killed. I killed a lot of monsters. You see, spiders shit out string sometimes. So I slayed them so I could claim their string poo as my own and fashion it into a place to lay my head and rest. So anyway, that's how I made a bed. Then I danced on it for some time. By the way, I was making jokes about it earlier, but I actually super love hard, grindy shit like Enigmatica 6 Expert. I'm having a ton of fun with it so far. My comments about suffering, while true, are not meant to talk bad about the mod pack. My comment about suffering being fun was also true. If you enjoyed this video or hated it but are still feeling kind of generous, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribed. I'm just a wee lad creating video content for my mom, but I sure would love it if more people watched it as well. I hope you have a good night, and if you don't, that really sucks for you.